Breaking news, the National Weather Service now confirms a tornado touched down in 3 Rhode Island communities this morning. In Scituate, that tornado was an EF2, the strongest to strike the ocean state since 1986. Good evening, I'm Shannon Heggie.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. The National Weather Service confirming tonight tornadoes also touched down in North Providence and Johnston. Now you're looking here at a path of destruction there where large trees were uprooted and snapped off their bases.
The tornado then touched down on 295 in Johnston. The video you see here is that touch point seeming to materialize out of nowhere. That's where it lifted a vehicle into the air, dropping it back onto the highway on its tires. The driver of that car was taken to the hospital with minor injuries.
And this was the aftermath. You can see the car very damaged right there.
And the driver's family says she's going to be fine. One witness we spoke with says he's glad the whole day wasn't any worse.
It wasn't like in, the Midwest where the cars go up and, Kansas City, Toto, and, I'm glad it wasn't like that.
The storm's path through Johnston, a destructive one, bringing branches down on top of cars and uprooting entire trees at Highland Memorial Park Cemetery on Rhode Island Avenue.
Thankfully, we're told no memorials or graves were damaged there.
Now, the storm made its final stop in North Providence. This is doorbell camera video of it passing through. Winds there reportedly reaching up to 90 to 100 miles an hour. Now, as we mentioned, the first touchdown of this EF2 tornado was in Scituate.
The most severe damage was seen on Bryan Randall Road, and that's where we find 12 News reporter Kayla Fish, who spoke with neighbors about the destruction left behind. Kayla?
Well, Mike and Shannon, we're here on Bryan Randall Road in Scituate. This area was once described as heavily forested. Pristine is how the Public Works Director described it to me earlier. But this is where the National Weather Service says that EF2 tornado first touched down this morning. And this is where the most severe damage occurred.
Whatever touchdown was definitely powerful.
Sky Drone 12 showing destruction in Scituate. The National Weather Service confirms an EF2 tornado touched down here Friday morning, the strongest tornado in Rhode Island since 1986.
It's nuts. I'll tell you that. I'd never seen something like this in my life.
The twister, with winds of about 115 miles per hour, began here near Bryan Randall Road.
And as I was watching it through the window, the wind direction had changed, and I saw like debris swirling in the air.
The storm carved a clear path, taking down hundreds of trees. Many snapped like toothpicks, dozens of feet off the ground. Others completely uprooted.
This was all woods, and now it's not really woods anymore.
This house was built in 1981. While trees are down all over the property, the home survived the storm with barely a scratch. The owners tell me it's a miracle.
This is a 4-acre lot that's just completely wiped out. It's unbelievable.
Even utility workers who see plenty of storm.
I haven't seen this kind of damage to trees in a long time.
Crews with Rhode Island Energy working to restore power as quickly as possible.
A lot of work because the guys have to work through all the trees and all the brush that's on the ground.
I don't even know how many trees in my yard that are down. I stopped counting. I couldn't even count them all because it's tree on top of tree on top of tree.
And we were speaking with the police chief here earlier who said, property damage can be fixed and power can be restored, but human lives cannot be replaced. Thankfully, there were no injuries reported here. Live in Scituate tonight, I'm Kayla Fish, 12 News.
Kayla, thank you. In Massachusetts, seeing an EF1 tornado in North Attleboro and Mansfield. National
Weather Service saying the storm that produced the Rhode Island tornado produced this second tornado here as it crossed into Massachusetts.
The Weather Service says the damage observed in North Attleboro and Mansfield was consistent with winds of 80 to 90 miles per hour. In North Attleboro, you can see aerial video of the damage left behind. Trees uprooted and tossed like twigs on lawns.
Meanwhile, Mansfield dealing with tornado activity in several parts of town. This video shows extensive tree damage around a baseball field there.
Police and DPW crews were also over on Elm Street, where the cleanup took 3 hours. Roads had to be cleared and electricity was restored to several homes. One man tells us he was looking out his window when he saw a tree get uprooted in his yard.
I heard a funny sound. It sounded, because I've heard the story, it sounds like a train. It sounded more like a diesel horn. It was just a little, deep sound, the hum. And then I saw the roots of the tree pop up, and I went downstairs to join my wife, who was smartly singing in the basement.
Today's wild weather forcing the Mass DOT to perform emergency erosion repairs on Route 24 North at Route 140 in Taunton tonight. Now, this work started at 9 and is expected to continue until 5 a.m. tomorrow. Drivers should be aware the right lane will be closed and should prepare for delays.
And downed trees and broken windows are causing headaches for southern New Englanders following today's storm, which knocked out power thousands early this morning.
Tonight, we spoke with a member of the Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency who says it's important to stay vigilant even after the storm passes.
Be cautious. You know, I know you want to clean your property, you want to assess maybe your car got damaged, but do it cautiously. You know, check your damages, check on loved ones. Watch out for, you know, debris that's moved around. Definitely power lines. I always think a power line is live, period. Always think that it's live.
Armand Randolph also says that the National Weather Service is putting together a final report regarding the tornadoes that touched down today. It's expected to be finished by Monday or Tuesday. Now,